Hi, everyone. How is it going, you guys? Oh, there we go. Yay, we are back with another live song share. I'm so excited to be here with you guys in the new year. I hope everyone had a good holiday, a good Christmas if you celebrate, or whatever you celebrate. I hope it was fun with family hanging out. So let's see who is here for the first time. Let's get a read on any first timers. I see Keaton. Yay, hello. Anybody else? First time or returners? Let me know. Also, very curious to hear about people's New Year's resolutions relating to music. And we'll be sharing some of my own too as we move on today. But if you have never been here before, welcome to the Songshare live stream. This is where I pop on. I have you guys get the chance to submit your songs to me, and then I will listen to them, and everyone in the chat can also listen to it, and we will give feedback. So, very exciting. Yay, Wiley's here. Awesome. Oscar's here. Fuck yeah, you guys. Let's shred. So, a couple rules of the game. You guys are already good at this, but just like vibe strong, right? No negative energy. We've never had that problem at all, but we are uplifting each other to finish projects, produce cool music, and then actually release them. So you guys are welcome in the chat to send any feedback you have, as long as it's constructive and helpful. Number 2, we're going to be making a playlist today, and I will send it out afterwards. So if you think a song deserves to be on the playlist, write PL, and we will add it to the playlist. Yay. Hi, Josh. 5th time. Fuck yeah. Stoked on it. And what else? I don't know. I'll think of more things as we go. But, and thank you to Boombox for hosting it. They are the folks who, or the website where I run it off of. You guys are probably familiar with them. So, if you are in the stream, go ahead and drop the name of your song. We're going to get started. I'm going to pick the first 5, and then we will go from there. And let me share my Chrome. Okay. Just grabbing the right window. Boombox. Let's see. Discard. Okay. There we are. Okay, cool. Let's see what we got here. We have got Second and Broadway. Fabulous. And let me just refresh it. So from Josh, Second and Broadway, we will add that to the queue. Then we have Head On Out by Wiley. Pause that. Head On Out. There we go. Add to queue. Next up, we've got Counting Stars by Keaton. Add to queue. Oscar has B4. There we go. Okay, fabulous. Add to queue. And I think one more, but it looks like we have those 4 ready for us. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and start listening to our first one. And there we go. Okay, so this first one is by Josh, Second and Broadway. Let's go. All right, cool. Thank you, Josh. And sorry I was running around. I realized my speakers weren't plugged in because I've been using my headphones, but I want to turn on speakers so people at home can hear via the live stream. Anyways, that was cool. I like this one. I like the vibe. I like the drums. I think you had some really good drum space on this one. I think the main thing for me is like there were two different guitar tones. One of them I think sounded really good, and one of them I didn't think sounded great. So the one that I thought sounded really good was this one. This one. Yeah. Like that one I was really getting into and I was vibing with. I think it's got like a good tone and it seemed to fit the key more versus like when this guitar first comes in over here. It just seems like it's a little bit like it's reminding me of someone who's like stumbling drunk outside of a bar. Sorry if that's a little bit harsh, but it just felt a little bit chaotic in a way that the other guitar didn't. So what I would recommend for this song is maybe leaning more into like this guitar tone and like tonality, and shortening up a little bit because it goes on for 5 minutes, which is great. But if you pull out some of like those other kind of guitars that I wasn't really that much into and lean more into this, I think you could tighten up a little bit and it will flow better. So those are my 2 cents. Thank you so much for submitting and love to see that you're still making lots of good shit. All right, cool. Next up, we've got Wiley. Oh, wait, where did Wiley's go? I thought Wiley was next. Okay, where was Wiley's? We'll find this one. It was it Head On Out? Let me double check in the chat. Yeah. Okay, cool. We'll listen to Wiley's and then we'll go on to Keaton-O's Head On Out. All right, we're going to have to get rid of that at the beginning.
Up, bell is rung, son, it's time, head on out. 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 Out of this world and out into outer space. Baby, up someday soon. Learn to breathe. Head on out 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 someday
Yeah, hell yeah. Groovy Gandalf for the win. This was, I love this so much. I can't wait to hear. I know, Wiley, I know you're working on getting your band's recordings all together and shaped up and releasing them. This had such a good energy and a vibe to it, though. Yeah, some people were saying it's giving, yeah, yellow Coldplay, which I love. Yeah, just really good vibe. It was giving me Velvet Underground, which I love the Velvet Underground and kind of the fun noodly like electric guitars in the back. So very cool. Love it. Can't wait to hear how it gets recorded and mixed and everything. And I think it already sounded really great as a demo, to be honest. But just as like panning, more EQ, and more like vocal processing and like evening out the loudness of the vocals, it's gonna sound great. So yay, Wiley, congrats, and stoked to hear all the shit you're gonna be coming out with in 2026. All right, next up we've got Keaton Knows, which that one also got bumped out of the queue for some reason. I will forever be learning how to work the queue, but Keaton Knows, yours was, let me remember, you posted at the top, Counting Stars. Okay, let's give it a listen. Oh, cool, dude. Great job. I commented here, but like you really got down like the EDM format. I think you've got a really good understanding of like where it should be going next, how to build it up, how to drop it down. I think you have a really good sense for arrangement for EDM tracks. So fuck yeah. Let's add this one as well to the queue or add it to the playlist. Loved it. A couple things just in terms of making it better. I see this as a master, but just for next time, I think the vocals weren't really sitting right for me. I think it could be that they were pretty EQ'd before they were put in the sample pack, and then you got them, and then you continue to EQ them. It sounds like we're missing some around like I call it like the home zone, which is where the vocals kind of naturally lay. For vocals, it's around like 2,000 to 3,000. But I think just underneath that, kind of actually in like the kind of nasally area, I think it might be missing around like 900 to 1,000, or just like boost up a little bit too much on the low end. There's something about it that's a little bit muddy and kind of not present to it. And then also in terms of EQ, I think this could just get more EQ and like separation between the different sounds. So I would probably try to distinguish them a little bit more, but I think you did a great job with panning and also with width in this one. I'm also wondering if it's overly compressed, because there's something about it that's just feels a little squashy about it, and that could be what I'm picking up when I was like, you should maybe try EQing the sounds more. I think that EQ paired with like the maybe over compression of the song is just causing it to feel a little like crackly, if that makes sense. But I think it sounds really great, and I am stoked to hear it. So Keynotes, thank you so much for sending it in. All right, George from Germany, welcome. Hello. Hell yeah. What time is it in Germany right now? What, it's like 9 hours ahead of time? It's like midnight or something, 11:30 in Germany. Very cool. All right, next up we got Oscar. I think it's Oscar's first time, so welcome. Let's check it out before the fun.
Let's get one thing straight. I got nothing but love, but if you ever wanna try me, then the loving get tough. And if push come to shove, then I'm up and what's up. I keep the heat up for protection if I'm aiming the duck. I'ma take my time, but I'm never gonna rush. I cannot damage any product if I'm low on the funds. I don't waste no time, I just do what it does. Better come with respect, don't you try me, little bruh, okay? What's up with these niggas, man? Moving broke like that, must be kidding, man. Talking to them screens, computers, middle, man. Talking all the secrets, speaking riddle, man. Search something, trying to ride my way, what the fuck? Tighten up his bucko, duck in you bucko. Jumping off that front post, don't test me, I'm cutthroat. Do your ass dirty, you get mixed with the front coat. Bitch, I ain't the one, and if I call up on my shooters, they gon' aim their guns. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, don't run. But before they up the pole, we gon' run these ones, bitch. Cause I'm ready to fight, these niggas talking all that smack, so I'm knocking out his lights. I got a right hook that'll fuck up your life. I got a left jab that'll fuck up your night. I got a mean uppercut that'll put you to sleep. In other words, throw some hands, you gon' get your ass beat. Normally I block the hate, it's disturbing my peace. But a nigga will get done up if he try and get me. People flipping love, people flipping love, and then push, come to shove. I've been
Oh my god, that was like very unexpected and super hypey. That was awesome, dude. Hell yeah. Would love to know more about maybe what you're producing in, any like sound design kind of stuff you want to share with us, cuz like this area over here This guy? So good. I love it. I think it sounds really great. I think the only thing I would say for this, and this would only be an opinion thing, definitely not like a right or wrong thing. I like how you have it all very distorted, and I'm wondering if, because it sounds like everything's distorted, like the vocals, the bass, the drums.
Bitch, I ain't the one, and if I call up on my shooters, they gon' aim their guns. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
That's so much fun. Lowell, just throw stuff together. Oscar, like, do you like samples? Is it shit that you are like? If it's samples, I'm curious where you get your samples from. If not, if you have a way of kind of getting those weird, sound line stuff, do let us know. This is why it's so fun to listen to other people's tracks and find out how they did it, because there's so many different ways to do shit. What I was saying, basically everything here is distorted except for, like, from what I can hear, the snare. So maybe if you kept a couple things that were not distorted, it would help the things that are distorted, like, pop even more, just because it's a little bit crunchy. But that's totally an opinion, right? If you like the way it sounds, then that's exactly how it should be. Or maybe the master chain, just a saturator. Okay, yeah, or maybe it's just being saturated as fuck. So I might bring that back just a little bit, but otherwise, very cool. Love it. Let's add that to the playlist. Hell yeah. Okay, that was it for our cue. So now, anybody new in the chat who wants to submit a song, go ahead and submit. Or we have lots of songs that have been submitted. So go ahead and comment the name of your song, and we will go ahead and add it to the queue. Also, you guys, while we're taking this moment to add some more to the queue, I would love to know, what are folks' goals or resolutions for this year? Just, you can write, a couple words or a couple sentences, or be as specific or not specific as you want. But would love to know what people are envisioning for this year for their music and what they are trying to achieve. I know for me, I have been working on an album I thought I was going to get it out by last year. I actually released like several singles at the beginning of last year, thinking that they were going to be the 2 singles that would lead into me releasing an album. And then I just didn't get the album mixed in time. So I finally finished mixing the album. Now going to get it mastered. So my goal musically is to get that mastered and to start playing some shows in LA. All right, we don't have any more songs so far in the chat. So we are making an ask for songs right now. If you have a song that you would like me to listen to, please go ahead and drop it in the chat. Oscar, I get a bunch of samples from drum kits on Reddit. Anything I find interesting, I'll distort it with some effects plugin and find what sounds best for it. Cool. And are you working in Ableton? I think you are, because you referred to Saturator. So assuming Ableton. Okay, if nobody else has any more tracks, I don't know if people are still sleepy from the new year or what, but if nobody has any new tracks that they want to throw on, we might open it up for a second round of songs if people would like. So let me know if people want to do that, and we can mold to that. All right, Morgan's goals: 1 hour live set, fully produced, mapped, and triggered songs. Yes, girl. Let's go. Definitely let me know when you need help with that. 5 to 8 release singles and videos to go with it. A show every 6 weeks. Ambitious, but I love it. I'm curious if you already have the singles, or if you are looking to, because I know you have like 3 or 4 from the class that we did together. So I guess those, I'm assuming that you'll start releasing them. And then a show every 6 weeks. Yeah. If anybody also is working on their live set and needing help preparing it, that's something that I specialize in and love helping build out people's live sets. So definitely holler at me for that. I think I've done that with Wiley before too. Groovy Gandalf. I think we've done that. All right, Groovy's going to share another. If anybody else wants to share another, let's open it up and we can go through another song. Look at all these songs, though. These unclaimed songs. I want to listen to them. Yay, Morgan upgraded to Ableton Standard. I can't believe you've been doing all that with just 8 tracks. That's honestly really crazy and pretty awesome. Way to go. I'm stoked for you. All right, let's see. What other announcements do I have? I would also love to know for you guys if there's anything that you want from me this year, because I want to continue growing the Sound Playground and growing our Discord. But kind of the Discord, the way that I see it is I don't want to be managing a Discord all the time, to be honest. I'm already working like 5 other full-time projects. So it's kind of whatever you make of it. So I'm happy to like organize stuff and definitely, you know, love doing these streams and hanging out with people and listening to folks' musics. But the Discord can kind of be whatever you guys make of it. So if you guys have any suggestions for that or stuff that you want to see from me this year, please let me know how we can grow this community together and make it as fun as possible, fun and inspiring. And I really want to see folks from the live stream coming out with like releasing songs throughout this year. That is the big goal. All right, let's wait a few more minutes and see if anybody else has any songs. And otherwise, shit, maybe I'll share one of my songs. But otherwise, we get to end early because we don't have any more songs to listen to. All right, cool. We got a couple more. We've got Stride Down Trench Town by Jamila. Let's go ahead and... Okay, I hope this is... You can download it. Oh, shoot. Jamil, are you able to upload that again? Because if I download it, I don't think that you will be able to hear it. I could download it and then upload it, but Jamil, try uploading that again and see if it works. For some reason, it uploaded as a .caf, which I've never seen before, so I'm not sure. Okay. Oh, cute. Fan wants to hear a Lil song. That's cute. Okay, I can share a Lil song. Oscar says Fire. I'm not sure if that's the name of a song or not. But I'll share you guys a song. I will put in maybe the last song on the album that I'm releasing that is coming out earlier or later this year. Okay, now I gotta find my own upload link. There we go. And if anybody needs the upload link is, oops. Actually, maybe I can just drag and drop it since it's my computer. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Let's listen to maybe Fairy Tales by Groovy Gandalf. And then we can pop over and listen to a Lillian song, which is cute. Okay. Minimize that. All right. Which one was it, Wiley? Fairy Tales. All right. Let's give it a listen.
Lately I've been feeling like a rat that's been locked up tight inside a cage. Just sitting here running round in circles, wondering what I gotta do to get a goddamn piece of cheese. Just hoping that my house that was built with sticks don't blow away in the breeze. Street, and he's got more up his sleeves. So it's time to lay your bricks and say your prayers and keep telling yourself that you ain't scared of your imagination. Lately I've been feeling like a clock that went and got done, punched in the face. Glass is all cracked and shattered, my hands are all out of place. Can't tell night from day, I might as well be in space. But out here, there's no rocket ship, can't compete in the race. So it's time to hold your breath, come down for air, keep telling yourself that you ain't scared of your imagination. Lately I've been feeling like it's time to turn it all around, whip up into shape. Go on, grab yourself by the hand, lead me to that great escape. Go on, find the queen, she's on a quest that's the same. She's out there searching for the wizard, gonna free him from his chains. Then it's time to slay that dragon, ride off on the golden arrow, and realize that you were never scared of your imagination. 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 You were never scared of your imagination.
Hell yeah. Add that one to the playlist as well. I love that, Wiley. That was really cool. Especially for just being like a rough demo. I know I can't, really give a ton of mixing feedback because I know you haven't mixed it yet. But in terms of just like the arrangement, I think you did a great job. I think you have a really good ear for what's missing and when to bring stuff out and take it out. 'Cause I was never feeling like there's too much going on here or there's not enough going on here. I think you had a really good balance the entire time. So love this. Stoked to hear how it turns out. Also, I think for the end, I would love to hear more versions of you. Like when we were never scared. Like a bunch of Wileys going like, we were never scared. Da 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 da. Kind of like a chorus or like a choir, but not like you're trying to like sing the same as the other versions, if that makes sense. Like, it's just like a bunch of kind of like people in a crowd all singing this kind of like what I'm hearing. And that actually might be fun to have a bunch of different voices in the crowd singing. So yes, thank you for sharing, Riley. Love that, and stoked to hear where you take it. Okay, we got a couple more in here. I said I was going to play one of my songs, so I will. I'll add that to the queue. And then we also have TT, so we will add that to the queue. And Benj sent a track, but I'm not sure if it's gone through. They let me know on Instagram, but Benj, post the name of your song in the chat here. And also, looks like Oster's going to submit another one. And Morgan, I hope we get to hear one from you. All right, let's go ahead and listen to my song. This is going to be the last song on my album that's coming out, and I'm pretty stoked on it. So here you go.
Funny thing about endings, they always turn out to beginnings, like a dog chasing its tail, breathing just to exhale. The funny thing about you is you're always making me laugh, ha ha ha. Almost as much as you make me cry. In the tangled current, I pull the curtains on the night. I can't help but wonder if you pull me under, what it feels like. What a life, what a life, what a The funny thing about habits, they're just the right fit for your pockets. And rules if you break them. So why do I make them? The funny thing about timing is flip-flopping somersaulting across the line, and it's chasing daylight, staying up all night. What a life. What a life. What a life. What a Funny thing about endings.
Woo! Okay, thank you guys. Thanks for listening to my song. That's I think the most recent one that I finished, and I'm super excited about it. That was one that I made I just wrote on the guitar, and then I was able to bring it into the computer. Whereas most of my songs I start in the computer and finish in the computer. This had a little bit of a different songwriting approach, but I'm so glad you guys liked it. Thank you so much. Yeah, Morgan, you can send just the instrumental version if you want. Whatever you want, though. Either way, thanks for encouraging me to share my song, Morgan. I appreciate you. All right, cool. Next up, we have I'm not sure if they go by Benj or just, what was the word? Utopic. Okay, let's give it a listen. Whoa, that was really cool. Also, dope you're from Serbia. I love that I get to hang out with people from all over the world. It's so fucking cool. Let's add this one to the playlist. That was really tight. That was just really well produced and really well mixed, super clear. I have zero mixing or arrangement notes. I think it's probably doing exactly what you're wanting it to do, which was be it's not it doesn't feel like clubby. Like I know you're saying that you wanted it clubby. I mean, it's clubby related in that it's very it hits, and also it's very like drony. You know, you kind of get like sucked in, kind of like you would for like house music. So a really neat approach to doing that. I love it. Awesome. Fuck yeah. I have no notes except for it could be cool to have a little bit of maybe some like fluttering panning on those hi-hats that you hear, like the trap, those little guys. But other than that, I thought it sounded awesome. Thank you so much for sharing this. Fuck yeah. Okay, next up, I believe we had one, but it looks like we haven't had any more submissions. So I'll wait like maybe one more minute and see if anybody, either Oscar or Morgan, I think we're gonna maybe submit something. Otherwise, we'll wrap it. We'll wrap it there. So yeah. Also, if anybody is interested in working more like one-on-one with me, either learning how to perform their songs live or mixing and mastering, or well, more mixing than mastering. I do mastering, but I'm more confident teaching mixing. Oh yeah, and Jamil submitted one. Okay, fuck yeah. Let's write down. Okay, I hope this one works. Loading audio. Perfect. Okay, we'll listen to that in just a second. But yeah, or if anybody likes what I was, wants to hear more and do kind of more one-on-one with my thoughts on their song, we can do that. Feel free to ping me a message on email or on Instagram or wherever you hear from me. I don't know where that is. Okay, cool. Let's listen to Jamil's Stride Down, Trench Down. Let's check it out. Cool. Jamil, was that you on the bass, question marks, or was that a programmed in bass? I thought this was a fun track, got like some reggae vibes, definitely a good vibe to it. I think the couple things that I'm running into are, one, the instruments not sounding very expensive. Like, it feels like they could be like a preset on like a Casio tone. I think you could get some more expensive sounding sounds, and that's kind of like a weird tip to give, because like, what do expensive sounds mean? But you can get a sound to sound more expensive, one, by starting with just a different sound that's maybe higher quality from maybe a better sample pack or something like that. But also, more effects often can make it sound more professional. So like reverb or delay or like saturation, not necessarily saying that those plugins or those effects are what you need for this song specifically, but oftentimes if you're working to make a sound more expensive, those are the kinds of things that I would add to it. And then I think we could really fill out this track with some more instruments, because you have this big kind of space between your super low bass and your high up, like the kalimba, like kind of bell thing, and the piano. And then there's this like big gap in the middle where there's room for something else. So I'm not sure if you were planning on doing like vocals, that would take up a lot of space. But if not, throw in another, maybe like a pad or another instrument that could be playing the same melody, just like in a different frequency and a different timbre, right? We don't necessarily need more melodies, but just more thickness of our sounds. So I would keep that in mind. Made through a Logic. Okay, cool. Maybe I can convince you to come over to Ableton sometime. Also, just so folks have a little heads up, I am going to be releasing a music production course in Ableton, hopefully in the next 2 months. That is the goal. This has been a course that I've been working on for the last year and a half. It's one that I put a lot of time and energy into, and I'm very excited to finally get it out there. So also, if anybody is thinking of learning Ableton or wants to get better at Ableton, definitely keep an eye out for that. All right, Morgan submitted and has one called We Make the. And then as far as I know, I think that's the last track that we have on the queue. So if anybody wants to submit another track while we're listening to this, please do so. Only 2 tracks max each, though. If I've already heard your track a second time, I think maybe Wiley's the only one who I've heard twice, but we'll keep it to just 2 each. And then we will wrap it up. All right, let's check it out. so cool. You guys, I have to brag, but Morgan was one of the beta testers of my course, so she went through my course, and I'm just like especially proud of her music. But this was sick, dude. What a cool vibe. Very like intriguing throughout the sounds that you use. Great like placement. I'm honestly really impressed because I know you have not been producing for a very long time, but it sounds really fucking great. Nice. Jitter on both dirt and grit. Is that a Ableton preset or are those other plugins? Really cool. I also think Wiley says might need one more synth to tie them all together. Morgan's gonna be adding vocals to that, so I think the vocals are gonna all bring them in and kind of make them all hug. So very cool. Love that. Fuck yes. Well, guys, looks like that is all the songs that we have for today. So, you guys, thank you so much for submitting. I hope that people are excited. Oh, and actually, I want to add that one for sure to the playlist. Wait, where was that? We make the. Yeah. Okay, let's add this to the playlist. Also, I'll be posting the playlist, or I'll be emailing it out to the folks whose emails I have from this today, and then also we'll be posting the playlist in our Discord. So if you're not in the Discord, the link to the Discord is in the description of this video, and it will be published there. But otherwise, thank you guys so much. Oh, we've got one more from you topic. We'll make that the last one, and then we will hop off here. So let's see what we got here. You topic, what is the new one you just sent? Let us know the name of it. Let us know in the chat, and then we can give it a spin. But yeah, otherwise we're gonna do our next one every 2 weeks, I think is the way we're gonna do it. So our next live stream is going to be on January 21st. So put that in your calendar and definitely hope to see you at that one. Okay, let's listen to Kosiba to round it out. Also, this is 8 minutes long, so we're not going to listen to the whole thing, but we'll listen to a good 3 minutes of it or something. Okay. great. That was beautiful. Yeah, I agree with Morgan. This for some kind of like meditation or music therapy, something would be really cool. I could definitely see this. Yeah, I'm new topic. I'm not sure if you've done any, like, do you release instrumental music like this? Because this is like this is great for people who are looking for something to kind of relax and meditate to a little bit. This is like really perfect. So, fuck yeah. I hope you are doing that. And I would love to hear if you have like a ambient album or something like that. Drop it below. In terms of like the noise, I didn't see any problem with too much noise in this one. If there's wind noise and like hiss or whatever, I think that's all part of the vibe of the countryside. And I wasn't exactly sure what scything is. I think I know what it is. Is it that? Okay, that's what I thought it was. Very cool. All right, on the countryside in Serbia. That sounds very cool. Sounds different than how I grew up. I grew up in like a suburban town riding bikes all around, but it's so fun that we all found the same love of electronic music production and we get to be here together. Yay. Cool. And must have a movie soundtrack. Oh, a topic. Fuck yeah. Okay, I can very much see that. That's awesome. Yeah, feel free to drop in the chat too, where we can find your music. So, folks, thank you everyone who is watching right now and hanging out with us. I love doing these little song sessions with you guys. Hello to the folks on Instagram. I hope everyone in there will come and submit a song next time. But thank you for joining. Our next song share is going to be in 2 weeks on the 21st. So I hope you can make it till then. Until then, you can go ahead and join the Discord and pop off in there. Again, it is kind of what you make of it. So if you want to share and collaborate in there, please go ahead and do so. But otherwise, this has been lovely. Thank you everybody so much for sharing, and I will catch you all next time. All right. Goodbye. See you later.